We tried and tried for hours to get it started. We tried everything. We unplugged spark plugs and plugged them back in. We eventually actually poured from a styrofoam cup, yeah, that was genius, a little bit of gasoline right into the top of the carburetor. And boom, of course, you can expect flames flying everywhere and a loud noise, and it idled for like 8 seconds and then nothing. Nothing. It was done. And I asked a very important question of my friend, who used to answer almost every question with, I learned this in the military, which was ironic, because he was 16 at the time, which means he'd never been in the military. But I asked him, why do you think it won't run? And his answer was, I think it's the Canutinator valve. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast, and I want you to understand that there is nothing more powerful in the world than a great question. It is important that you ask that question of someone qualified to answer it. My young friend had never been in the military, knew nothing about Canutinator valves. In fact, to this date in my life, I have never seen a Canutinator valve. I have no idea what it is or what it does. Maybe it canutinates. I don't know. But he was thoroughly convinced that the reason my old car wouldn't run is because the Canutinator valve was bad, and I didn't have anybody else to ask at that time, so I had to trust his answer. Have you ever found yourself in that place where the best information you have is the answer to a question that you have asked, but the person you've asked is unqualified? Have you ever found yourself in the place where you don't know the answer because you're not brave enough to ask the question? Maybe you had the chance to ask the question, but the person who's qualified to answer it has left the room, has walked out of your life, has given up on you. How could I fix this relationship? Might be a key question. What did I do wrong that hurt you? What could I do differently than I do now? How could I save this job? How could I keep this client? See, these are tough questions that we have to ask as leaders and as followers as well. What could I do differently? Who should I ask? Who's the right person? When's the right time to do it? These are very important questions that we need to ask. But in all the questions that I've been asked and all the questions that I've had the opportunity to ask and to answer, I can tell you many times that I kind of get stuck with the answer that comes back. And then even as a coach, you have to stay on the track of that curiosity-based questions to continue asking the next question, and then the next question, and then the next question, because the truth of the matter is, even the person answering the question will get stuck in a rut. They'll get stuck in a pattern. They will answer the question they always have. Can you pay all your bills this month? No. Why not? Because I'm broke. Why are you broke? Because I don't make enough money. Why do you not make enough money? Because I don't have an education. Why do you not have an education? Because I don't have enough money to go to school. Why do you not have enough money to go to school? Because I'm broke. You see, we're going, this a vicious cycle. It never ends. But the assumption is that the answer they're giving you is truthful, it's honest, it's factual. And I heard Bob Hamp ask her a question one time, and he was relaying a story of an interview with a young woman when he was in a different career field, and everyone assumed she was very violent. She believed herself to be very violent, and when he walked in the room, he said, "You can take the cuffs off," and they're like, "That's crazy." He's like, "No, it'll be all right." And so they took the cuffs off her, and she leaned across the table, and she yelled at him, and she said, "Don't you know who I am?" And he calmly looked back at her and said, "But what if it's not true?" Hang on a minute. What do you mean, what if it's not true? I never pondered that. See, I've built my life on this belief system that I'm broke, I'm uneducated, I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, I have the wrong skin color, I don't have the right opportunities, I don't have the right friends, I'm not connected in the right places. If I did go to school, I didn't go to the right school. If I did go to school, I didn't get the right degree. There's no chance that from where I am, I can get to where I want to be. I'm stuck. But what if that's not true? What if you answered that question honestly? What if you ask yourself, if that's not true, what is? What if that's not true? What if the lie that's been holding you back all your life, the lie that has been your belief about yourself that's destroyed every relationship. I sabotaged every relationship I had before I met my wife. And 10 years into our marriage, I was still trying to convince her to leave. In fact, I told her to go. And when she said, "You're trying to convince me that you're fat and unlovable, and you're asking me to believe a lie," what if that's not true? It's a powerful question. Whatever lies you're dealing with in your life today, employees, people around you, manipulations of society, manipulations of culture and heritage, the things that you've believed all along, begin to confront them and ask them all, what if that's not true? I'm J Loren Norris on Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.